Life is a journey with a destination we all share, death. We celebrate births, mark anniversaries, yet shy away from this one inevitable truth. Why? Death makes us uneasy. It whispers of our limitations, of the finite nature of our existence. We build walls of distractions, clinging to the trivial to avoid this uncomfortable reality. We immerse ourselves in work, scroll endlessly through social media, anything to silence the quiet hum of mortality in the background. But what if instead of fearing death, we embraced it? What if we dare to stare directly at the sun, to confront our mortality and discover the profound impact it can have on how we live? This video invites you to do just that, to explore the philosophy of death, not as a morbid fascination, but as a path to a more meaningful and vibrant life. It might seem counterintuitive, even paradoxical, that contemplating our end could enhance our lives. Yet this very awareness of our limited time can be a powerful catalyst for change. When we truly grasp the brevity of life, the mundane falls away. Suddenly, the things we've always wanted to do, the dreams we've put on hold, take on a new urgency. The pettiness of daily grievances fades, replaced by a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of each moment. This shift in perspective doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual awakening, a peeling back of layers to reveal the raw, authentic self beneath. It's about living with intention, making conscious choices that align with our values and aspirations. By acknowledging our mortality, we unlock a profound freedom, the freedom to live fully and authentically. The idea that contemplating death can enrich life is not new. Across cultures and throughout history, philosophers and spiritual leaders have grappled with this very notion. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece, for instance, believed that meditating on death was essential for living a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously wrote, "You could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think." This wasn't a morbid obsession, but a call to action, a reminder to live each day as if it were our last. Similarly, Buddhist teachings emphasize the impermanence of all things, including ourselves. This awareness, rather than being a source of fear, is seen as a path to enlightenment, to liberation from suffering. By accepting the inevitability of death, we free ourselves from the chains of attachment and learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. The human mind, wired for survival, naturally recoils from the thought of annihilation. This instinctual fear of death, while deeply ingrained, can manifest in unhealthy ways. Psychologists refer to this as terror management theory. This theory suggests that much of our behavior, from our values and beliefs to our pursuit of status and wealth, is driven by an unconscious desire to deny our mortality. We cling to ideologies, strive for achievements, and seek validation from others, all in an attempt to create a sense of permanence in a world that constantly reminds us of our impermanence. While these coping mechanisms can provide a sense of security, they can also trap us in cycles of fear and insecurity. They can prevent us from taking risks, from embracing vulnerability, from living authentically. Section 5, Existentialism, a dance with the void. Existentialist philosophers offer a different perspective. Instead of shying away from the void, they encourage us to confront it head-on. They argue that it's in the face of nothingness that we discover the true meaning of our existence. Jean-Paul Sartre, a prominent existentialist thinker, believed that we are condemned to be free. We're born into a world without inherent meaning, and it's up to us to create our own. This realization, while daunting, is also incredibly empowering. It means that we are not bound by predetermined destinies or societal expectations. We have the freedom to choose our own values, to define our own purpose, to craft a life that is uniquely our own. Section 6, the ripple effect of awareness. When we embrace our mortality, it doesn't just change how we see ourselves, it transforms how we interact with the world around us. Relationships take on a new depth. We become more present, more attuned to the needs of others. Petty arguments lose their significance, replaced by a desire for connection and understanding. We learn to forgive more readily, to express love more freely, knowing that time is a precious and finite resource. This awareness extends beyond our personal relationships. It fosters a sense of compassion for all beings, a recognition of our shared humanity in the face of our shared fate. We become more aware of the impact our actions have on others and on the world around us, leading to a more ethical and meaningful existence. Section 7. Living with intentionality. One of the most profound gifts of reflecting on our mortality is the realization that we have a choice. We can choose to live passively, letting life happen to us, or we can choose to live intentionally, actively shaping our own destinies. This doesn't mean we need to have it all figured out, that we need a grand plan for our lives. It simply means approaching each day with a sense of purpose, making conscious decisions that align with our values. It means identifying what truly matters to us and letting go of the things that don't. It means pursuing our passions, nurturing our relationships, and making a positive impact on the world, however small it may seem. Section 8. Gratitude, an antidote to fear. It's easy to get caught up in the anxieties of daily life, to focus on what we lack rather than what we have. However, when we view our lives through the lens of mortality, a profound shift occurs. Gratitude emerges as a powerful antidote to fear. We begin to appreciate the simple things, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of nature. We find joy in the everyday moments that we often take for granted. This practice of gratitude isn't about denying the challenges of life. It's about choosing to focus on the good, to find beauty even in the midst of pain. It's about recognizing the extraordinary in the ordinary. Section 9. The legacy we leave behind. Contemplating our mortality inevitably leads us to consider the legacy we will leave behind. What mark will we make on the world? What will people remember us for? These reflections can be both humbling and inspiring. They remind us that our actions have consequences, that even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond our own lives. This realization can motivate us to live with greater purpose, to strive to make a positive impact on the world. It's not about achieving fame or fortune, but about living a life that matters. A life that leaves the world a little brighter, a little kinder, a little more beautiful than we found it. Section 10. Embracing the ephemeral. The beauty of life, much like the beauty of a flower, lies in its ephemerality. It's the very fact that it's fleeting that makes it so precious. Just as a flower blooms and fades, so too do our lives unfold within the grand tapestry of time. By embracing the ephemeral nature of our existence, we can learn to appreciate the present moment more fully. We can savor each experience, each encounter, each breath as the gift that it is. This doesn't mean we shouldn't plan for the future or learn from the past. It simply means recognizing that the only moment we truly have is the present. It's in this present moment, in the here and now, that life unfolds in all its messy, beautiful complexity. Section 11. A call to conscious living. Death, often perceived as an ending, can be a profound beginning. A beginning to a more conscious, more authentic, more meaningful way of life. This essay has explored the philosophy of death, not as a morbid fascination, but as a powerful tool for living. By confronting our mortality, we can shed our fears, embrace our freedom, and step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. The invitation is simple, yet profound. Embrace your mortality. Live each day as if it were a gift. Make choices that align with your values. Love deeply. Forgive freely. Leave the world a better place than you found it. For in the end, it's not about how long we live, but how fully we truly live.